Now that we've talked about temperature in the previous video, let's take a look at heat. Heat is a form of internal kinetic energy and potential energy contained in an object associated with the motion of its atoms and molecules. Basically, heat is a measure of how fast the atoms of an object are moving. The faster they move, the more heat you have. Heat is measured in kilocalories in the metric system and BTUs or British thermal units in the English system. 1 kilocalorie or kcal of heat is the amount of heat needed to raise 1 kilogram of water up 1 degree Celsius. In the English system, 1 BTU of heat is the amount of heat needed to raise 1 pound of water up 1 degree Fahrenheit. As a side note, 1 food calorie is the same as 1 kilocalorie. We will be using this information later on to figure out how much work must be done to offset eating certain foods. At this point, you might be thinking, I'm still not entirely sure what is the difference between temperature and heat. Let's think about this for a minute. If we pour a glass of water, which is about half of a pound of water, and a gallon of water, or 8 pounds of water at room temperature, and we heat them both up to boiling, what are each of their temperatures? If the water is boiling, they should have the same temperature, which is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So both amounts of water have the same temperature. However, the amount of heat energy that each one took to heat up to boiling will be different. Before we look at the actual values for heat, think about if you have ever heated up a cup or two of water to make rice. It doesn't take very long for the water to boil. On the other hand, if you have a big pot of water that you're using to make spaghetti for your entire family, it takes a while for the water to heat up. So we should expect that the cup of water requires less heat energy than the gallon of water. We will circle back later to see where exactly all of these numbers are coming from, but it only takes about 71 BTU of heat energy to heat the cup of water to boiling. However, it takes 1,136 BTU of heat energy to heat the gallon of water to boiling. Now that we have seen that it takes more heat energy to heat up a larger amount of water, we can talk about specific heat. The specific heat of any substance is the amount of heat needed to raise 1 kilogram of it up 1 degree Celsius or 1 pound of it up 1 degree Fahrenheit. Looking at this table, we see that the heat capacity of water is much greater than that of glass or copper. This is also why it takes water longer to heat up than a metal pan. In the next video, we will take a look at how we can use the specific heat of a substance to determine how much heat energy must be added to or taken away from a substance in order to change its temperature.